Welcome everyone to our call of ease. Today's topic is ease with overthinking. And like always, our basic question, what does the word overthinking or what's the first thing comes up when I say the word overthinking? Anyone, y'all can write it on the chat, y'all can type it or unmute. What does overthinking means to you all, or what do you
Bheja fry.
Beta fry. Nice one. Okay. What else? So you like to, so how often do you guys feel your bheja fried?
Quite a lot, yeah.
Okay.
Much less than earlier.
Okay. But
That's
it still keeps happening, right?
here, but still happens.
Yeah.
Random, not much, hardly ever. पहले तो
Okay.
हर वक्त ही होते रहता था.
Okay. But even right now, before we hit the record and how you gave the space of the movie, see, overthinking we think is always just a negative, how you are looking at life, right? Like how Zora gave a beautiful thing, Beja fry. That's the actual energy what people think, overthink, like I'm so overdone that I can't get present with anything else. So one of the reasons we allow also this in our world is because we want to check out. But we don't acknowledge when we are overthinking, we never ask any of ourselves, is it really mine? Or I'm just being present and being aware of other people's thought form. Because we all get it that 99% of our thoughts, feelings, emotions are not ours. We are just tapping into people's capacity and we are just making it all real. And we think, you know what, I am thinking this. And along, of course, along with our brain, we do think. And then we make it, no, these are my thoughts. Why? I'm not spoken to anyone. I didn't go out there or I didn't go to a public place. I'm definitely thinking. But we forget we humans are sponge bags. About a radius of more than 5 to 6 kilometers minimum, you can just perceive everyone's thought, feelings, and emotions.
Good God.
Yes. So even if you're not
That's
choosing
fast?
to, yeah, that fast. That's why if you really Google and research it, they say in a minute, you can perceive more than 60,000 thought forms. And we take it they're all ours. Yours, technically, ours is mainly one or two, the dominating one, whichever the area of your life is going with. But then what we do as a monkey mind is with one thought, if something is bothering in your life, we multiple it, tuck, 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 with everything which connects to it faster. And then the radius of the energy is other people perceive something similar, or the house feels, if you have people in your house in that similar space, because we are connected to them. So we multiply that and absorb it like a sponge back to ourselves more. And then there will be certain people in our houses, or it could be us, who react faster. And we think, oh, he or she's so sensitive, he or she stresses up so fast, gets affected so fast. And then we turn around and say, oh yeah, you know what, because I just overthink, I'm a sensitive person. You're sensitive, but your being is sensitive. And we make it from our mind. But you're not acknowledging your sensitivity is higher to perceive people's thoughts. And that is by default every human being. But we are programmed to believe in this reality that's coming from you only. Because if you are an infinite being, you have no thought, feelings, emotions. You're just coming to play, have the fun of it. But what we get locked with that one or two real thoughts also, what you're going through is, we make it real. And we want to add like a more ingredient or more masala to it. And the easiest way is to do, chalo, let's increase it, let's overthink it. And when we think, okay, if that is not changing, we look for more ways instead of getting present in a question. And that's how then naturally people say, oh, you know what? I just naturally get very stressed. I get very fast anxious. I overthink this way. Oh, then you know what, I call that person, he or she gave me this perspective. But again, you're giving the power to others more and more instead of just being present. We're not trying to make those people wrong when you're living with them or they're giving you anything. They all are working from their capacity. But what we do it when we are already so this in our world, and by adding from only from there this thing, we forget what we really want to be. Talk. No one is saying don't talk to people, because so many times when we want to talk to people, we are trying to do it like make our heart lighter. How we say dil halka karna hai. And when you're talking to them, that person is drained. and you get lighter for time being. And then if you're on the other side, if you're going through a lot and you like to be the helper one, imagine again you're taking that person's also filling your cup with more. So automatically your overthinking capacity increases even beyond this. So whenever you are going and overthinking, just first question, like the basic two, is it mine or who does it belong to? And return it to the sender. Yes, sometimes in one go it can go, sometimes you have to do it multiple times, sometimes for a day or two continuously, and then the energy starts changing. And sometimes even this tool doesn't feel enough. I'm not going to deny it. Then you need to really get present. What's the underlying question, which I love making that particular, the overthinking particular thing, what you all are going through in any area of your life, what's so real? Because the underlying, you most of it will have it. You like to hold on to that energy because unknowingly we like to control ourselves with that. Because if I have as a bigger example, the most common one what in this reality we all go through is money. Okay, if I am saying that, you know what, I'm overthinking, I'm not overthinking, I have to naturally stress because I have to pay this bill, that bill, and blah blah. I have to look into the house, I have to contribute to my kids, I have to contribute to my this one, that one, and the list how people give every day. We are not denying any of that. But get present. If you really did not have stress and you had that money, is it really because of money or something else? Because ultimately, we all are creating from that budget of ours or whatever. In any area, you guys are doing that. But what's the underline that you're loving about stress? Because a lot of time people also works in a favor when they overthink, they are very active. But we don't realize how much it takes a toll on the body. And the body is supporting it right now because the body has no point of view. But sooner or later, wouldn't it get very heavy on the body? Because we are not choosing for the ease. We are asking easy, but we are not choosing ease. And majority of time, the fact is, even if you are going in that flight mode of working from that space, it's a temporary high dopamine. Sooner or later, it comes to backfire on us. And that's why most of the time people, when they're overthinking, ultimately they'll fall ill or they'll just want to crash. Because they're drained out because the whole body, the whole brain has taken off the oxygen over. And then most of the people, when they're overthinking, what will they do is they run for sweets, desserts. So we overfeed ourselves the sugar. And then people complain, oh, you know what, it's my comfort food, or I'll sleep extra. Or some people find different ways of going extremely out, over drinking, overindulging in sex, some or the other way, so that they can release that energy. Instead of being present, what was your body really asking or was being aware of? Everything, all that brought up, can we destroy and uncreate it all? I don't know, good and bad, bottom pop, all nine shots, boys, ads, and beyonds. Yeah, Sumita ji?
Yeah, actually, like I'm so prejudiced with the things at times that mine is not the responding to the situation or anything. I just react. You see,
Okay.
spontaneously I react because I think that is not the issue, which I'm not addressing that moment. It's prejudice, always prejudice. यही होगा, इसी वजह से I'm reacting.
So
It's
you
always
already
reaction. कोई
concluded.
normal, yes.
So you need to be asking yourself, so what do you love about that's a control energy that I already know the future.
Yeah.
Or I already know my people and this is what I'm going to have. So that's a superior of being the control that I know it better.
Mm-hmm.
And then the best examples we get, because I'm staying with your house, I know your pattern. Or it's my
Yeah.
experience of that particular life. I know how people behave and do. Is it true? Because you already concluded, then universe will again do simple things. Jai mere aaka. You know it? Exactly,
Okay.
the other person or the situation will get exactly created how you already controlled and given to it. And then we even justify our same thing, our overthinking. I'm thinking because I know I can feel this, I can sense this. Yes, you're controlling it and you're not acknowledging that you're getting aware of your surrounding. Awareness and
Right.
overthinking are two different things. Awareness is when you really know, when you're really lowering your barriers and being present there, and which we all run from. If I really ask you all for 5 minutes, Just 5 minutes. Really lower your barriers at every level, literally coming down and getting present with everything in your surrounding. Can you really lower to that degree? That's the true meditation, what we look for. But we don't want to do that because it's too much. We'll do it for nanoseconds. And which also really works doing in nanoseconds. But if you can really be the walkie-talkie of being aware, your overthinking or any issues you all are asking in your world will stop because you don't need to control then anything. Because when I'm saying the word overthinking, I have to go over my mind to keep overthinking and make my brain get And then we say, oh, I'm getting a headache, I'm getting a BP, I'm getting some backache, shoulder pains, and all that starts happening in people's world because you're contracting yourself to think extra. So you're putting all your blood flow energy to one area, to the one thought form. So imagine the thought could be so much, and we how much magnify and make it like a real thing. And then so many people, the best beauty is when we interact with certain people, then they say, Are you know what, my this stress, overthinking is so normal. Are you also go through it. This one also goes through it. It becomes like a talk, like it's a part of the package of your body. Overthinking is natural. How people think stress is natural. They're all interconnected. And then we say, no, I'm doing this because it'll keep me alert. Really, do we really need to be alert, or we need to be aware? When you have you're working from your true awareness, you automatically know what is going to happen even beyond 50 years from now. It's not for 5 seconds, 5 days, 5 years. It can go beyond any time if you're really ready to lower your barriers and get present with your being. Because your body, your being has a capacity to tell you your past, future, everything right now, right here. The point is, we don't like to trust ourselves. And that's why we overthink. Because we are looking for a solution by over-analyzing things. Iska answer ye ho sakta hai, nothing. And today we live in a technology world. We allow the Google to become our best friend. कि कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है तो चलो गूगल भैया से पूछ लेते हैं. It could be regarding health, it could be regarding some property, it could be regarding some relationship advice, and the list goes on. Depending on what your ask is, Google has every answer. And today, getting more advanced, we get into the AI world. Today, AI is going to do it even more for us. So by the click of a button, how much with our mind, and now as we are getting more with the technology, what you're thinking, I don't know how that works, but if you'll notice, your phone or the computer, whatever the technology you're using, it starts catching that kind of rhythm, and it starts showing you exactly those things also. So how much are we giving power to others instead of just trusting ourselves? So what do you all love about overthinking and proving, is this the way to be alive and not to just to be you here? So everything, wherever you lock, that overthink gives you the dopamine to be more alive, and you can function only from that space because that's the space gives you to really show up. Can we all destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, plot and POC, all 9 shots, boys, provads and beyonds. What else is coming up for you guys with overthinking?
Yeah, Rashi, you said that we can pick up people's thoughts in a radius of 5-6 kilometers. That means if we are thinking about something, and especially if we're thinking about it intensely, we actually contribute to making it happen.
Yeah. Of course, 2 people aligning and agreeing, it gets a reality. But it takes 1 person to change the reality. We are that potent. So if I'm continuously the one who is looking to look for a stress of money, why topics like money, relationships, health, these big common topics get sold like hot potato. So imagine how many people are looking into this. It's become like a algorithm thought form of this reality ki yehi sab kuch bada problem hai. Is it really true? So many times it's not even ours. We are programmed to believe that money will come only with XY reasons. by not addressing where did you made it real in your world and you locked it by overthinking, overanalyzing, overstressing with all of that. Where did you lock into a relationship should be this way or that way, or health with certain age should be this way or that way, or wealth or something in spirituality should be this way or that way. From where? It's the thought forms of the reality what is gone controlled and created, and we are also adapting and locking it into our body and our being. So it's two people aligning it that thought became real in this world. But if you really get present with yourself, you'll exactly know what you would like to do and be. But then we don't allow that. So we think, chalo, extra sochte. And then we think, are thoughts to aayege. Yes, thoughts aayege. But it gives you the power if you want to overindulge or no. And majority of the people, when they have nothing big going on or nothing where they are very occupied, they will overthink. Because thought forms are just floating like beings around you. It's just all over. It's like a literally some are really sticking, some things are just all around you. Even if we can't see it, the body just knows how to make it. It's like a ping, 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 and we catch it and we make it bigger and real. And then that's why we say, okay, let me sleep over it and I'll think again. But point is, in sleep also, we are constantly thinking. Majority of the people in the next morning, they don't even get up fresh. And then they start their autopilot day with it. And then they think, array, again, then little bit that free window they get from their routine, again, that thought is right there. And or something similar will add it up because you're radiating that energy. So when we are continuously being that energy, the body just knows how to overthink and think. And then we say, no, I'm doing everything. I'm being present. I'm trying my best. Because when we are trying, we are never going to do it. Trying is the most word where you know definitely you'll never do it. Anything you're trying to say somewhere, I'm going to try and do this for you. I'll try and do it. Or you saying it or you hearing it from someone, please be present with it. That person will never do it. Because if I'm going to ask you guys right now, can you try and get up? You'll get up or you'll not get up. It's as simple as that. If someone will say like, I'll try and eat, you want to eat it or you don't want to eat it? The biggest excuse we give people for classes or we go for like, any social gathering, oh, I'll try and come, my schedule looks tight. It's a polite way of telling the world, you know what, I'm not going to do it. So when we understand the energy underneath it, then what is it that we are doing this to ourselves daily? Because when we really are asking for that changes in any area of your life, you guys need to ask yourself, what is it I'm truly asking for? Because the thoughts will not reduce till the time you will not choose up for you. Because this world has that power to take it over. Because the universe goes like, okay, he or she is not choosing. You're still choosing not to choose. So it will take it over. And then we tell these lines in this reality, oh, the world is very, evil. It will come to bite you. It will do this and all that. And then we start freaking out. So we contract ourselves. We get cautious, and we overthink there also. Point is world. People will do everything what they like to do in their capacities. But where are we giving our powers to everyone and not trusting ourselves to have ourselves? Where did you guys all give your power? Get present to that age. So everything all this is bringing up, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, bottom pop, all 9 shots, boys, vans and beyonds. What else is coming up for you guys? No, there's one too much space with this topic.
No wonder I was having this foot pain for a longer period of time. I cannot put my foot down for, say, about a week or so, more than that. Left one. The heel pain is so much that I thought, Patani, what is wrong with this? Is some nerve pain? Kya ho raha? I think these all things are locked up in the body. That's why now I got that energy
So
right now.
you can really ask, who does it belong to?
Yeah.
And if something after a couple of times it's not going, just ask, what do I love about being in pain and suffering?
Okay.
Because consciously no one likes that. But something we are liking, that's why we're making it so real. Have you seen people, we say, Arey, I'm bearing this pain since 20 years, 15 years. Like it feels like as if we are so proud about it. In this reality, you're made to believe bearing is like a cool thing. So you're trying to tell the universe, come abuse me every now and then. So are we getting abused from outside world, or we yourself being the abused energy to yourself? And then we overthink. Oh, today what can I do? So my family's fine, my business is fine, this one is fine. How much are we overthinking and shrinking? So you're telling continuously to your body, be less, be less. That's the biggest self-abuse we start with ourselves. And we think overthinking becomes so normal. It's just one thought can multiply so fast and start creating abuse to yourself. And in this reality, again, we are made to believe to look at abuse only from a sexual abuse, physical abuse, and what? A mental abuse or emotional abuse. Mainly are the two the biggest one. But we forget that abuse can only come to your realities because you're doing it to yourself. It starts from a nanoseconds how you look at yourself in life. So wherever all of you all have rejected yourself, can we destroy and uncreate it all? I don't know, I'm good and bad, bottom talk, all nine shorts, boys, Vads and beyonds. And what's the worst can happen for you guys? If you're just allowed just for half a day, not even a full day, I'm asking, not to overthink in any area of your life. What's the worst will happen? Just for half a day. It could be basic about the house cleaning done, like how most of the women wants to go, oh, my house should be done, my staff should come there this way. Such small things, and we make it so big and real. And then we talk to so many people regular thinking, oh, you know what, you have a maid problem, I have a maid problem. It becomes like a talk of the thing. And then the thought is so real that today if the staff doesn't come, our world collapses. I'm giving you very small basic examples. And the list goes on from small to the biggest thing. So how much power are you all guys giving to others and not choosing your first? Everything that is bringing up, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, all nine shorts, boys, Vads and beyonds. So get present. If just for half a day I did not indulge in overthinking, what all you could be and create there just for that half a day.
Rashi,
Please.
just tell me, I always thought overthinking meant when you keep thinking about the same thing again and again and keep thinking about it in different ways. ऐसे नहीं तो ऐसे, ऐसे नहीं तो ऐसे, ऐसे नहीं तो ऐसे. That
Right.
is overthinking.
Yeah. तो वो करते करते क्या हो जाता है?
भेजा fry.
Exactly. तो भेजा फ्राई के बाद क्या होता है?
Energy loss?
Then?
No, I was just wanting to clarify that my concept of overthinking is correct or not.
Yeah, it is that. So I've given you the space from every angle because sabka alag alag hota hai. And ultimately, the bottom line is what? When you're bheja fried, as you said, and as Zola said earlier, your body, your being is just like done, right? You're drained. Tomorrow, what will happen? Start slowly. You're drained and tired. You're exhausted. Can you be yourself present anywhere? No. And then what starts happening? You start attracting more backslash from everywhere, and that starts affecting your health. So what is it? You started your self-abuse with one thought. We wait for something big to happen to get ourselves screwed in this reality, but it always starts from something once very basic, small thing. So we are just giving you this, sorry?
No.
So I'm just giving you all the space that one small thing can change your whole reality. So that's first choice. That's why the question is, what are you all ready to be which you're not acknowledging? So I asked you all just for half a day, what can you all just be today? Just without overthinking. It's a choice. And when it's coming, the basic two, who does it belong to? And after a couple of times, if it's not going, you know you're making it somewhere sticky and real. because it's like the more energy to hold that thought, that feeling more real. So you need to really get present. What's the underlying thing which is valuing so much in our world? And if you're really present with yourself, you will know what is the underlying point of view holding that in place with that overthinking. Sometimes it's fear, sometimes it's a comfort barrier to create. It's a control energy, a judgment energy. The list goes on, but it just starts showing us what is it that I'm holding there. Go ahead, Anjuji.
Yeah, Rashi, when the mind is busy doing something, you know, whether it's reading or whether you're working with your hands or whatever, or interacting with somebody, that is the time you are present in the moment.
Mhm.
So when you're present in the moment, you are not overthinking. Na?
No, you're simultaneously, your monkey mind is still going on. It's just for time being, like you're diverted.
नहीं, उसी time के लिए, उस time के लिए. So no, the reason I'm what I'm leading up to is that if you're keeping yourself busy,
Mhm.
then the chances of your overthinking are much less.
It's just little, it's not less, it's literally just little suppressed. It's not less, it's suppressed. Because if you know, beyond 10 seconds, a human brain can't think straight. It will start adding something very fast. Your brain capacity is not even for a minute to focus continuously for a minute. Kuch na kuch simultaneously, the brain takes it over. This is how the brain is made, because it has the capacity to keep perceiving people's thought forms too along with it.
Oh, 5-6 किलोमीटर के रेडियस वाले भी आते रहते हैं.
Depend करता है. सबका depend. Sometimes it goes even beyond that.
क्या
It
करोगे?
depends on person to person. How aware are they being ready to be?
नहीं तो फिर क्या करोगे?
Who does it belong to? And you need to just get present. Okay, beautiful, I'm aware.
You
But
don't,
do you want to make it yours and lock it in your body? It becomes a choice.
but you don't even know that. I mean, for me, I wouldn't
Exactly.
even know the thought is coming.
Exactly. Because you just have to catch it when you're going in your overthinking, or when you know this is getting too much or loud in your world. ये क्या हो रहा है? I need to address it. But what we do is हम सोचते जाते हैं and फिर ढूंढते हैं लोगों के साथ जो आपको ये actually comfort देगा.
Okay, I just want to clarify this by one thing. Like if I'm cooking,
हाँ.
और suddenly मुझे ख्याल आता है, अरे अचानक से वो जो ख्याल आता है कि मैं अभी ये तो कर रही हूँ ना, फटाफट भाग के दूसरा कुछ काम कर लेती हूँ. That is the overthinking.
If it's really yours, you'll know it. If you know कि अचानक से क्यों आया or something, you can just get present. Okay, do I really need to address this now? Is it really mine?
Everything goes so fast. Na? Like small example I'll give. I'm cooking and then suddenly I realize, अरे मशीन से कपड़े बाहर निकालने हैं, ये तो हो रहा है ना धीरे धीरे, मशीन से कपड़े बाहर निकाल लेती हूँ.
True, which is very true. It goes beyond that also. कभी कभी machine का भी आ सकता है, call को भी याद आ सकता है, have to call this one.
हाँ,
Just get present.
simultaneously so many things are happening.
That's why in 1 minute you can think more than some couple of hundreds of this thing, and in an hour you can think over lakhs of thoughts. So point is, when you're thinking like this, there are more people too thinking something similar, but we are not always saying it's about them. But you just have to get present. Okay, beautiful, I got this thought. Do I need to address this now or later? So you are getting present with yourself. लोग क्या करते हैं, as you said, उस वक्त तो सब आ जाता है भाग, and the mind starts taking this way over. So that's what we are asking you. When those 20 thoughts suddenly are coming on your face, you can just look it in your brain like that and go like, okay, which needs to be addressed for today or for now? So it will start giving you having the power, the charge, okay, I would like to do this right now.
Because this thing happens with me sometimes. गैस में कुछ चढ़ा हुआ है और मेरे को अचानक से कुछ याद आ जाता है. And I sometimes it happens, मैं सोचती हूँ कि मैंने गैस सिम करी है, but by the time I come back, it's all to cinders because I've thought I've done it simpe, gone to do something else, and
So
वो फिर fry situation.
Yeah, but you have only overthought that. But you need to be present. Just be very present. Okay, have I not? If it feels light, you've done it. If not, please go and do that.
So the thing is that whenever another thought comes while you're doing something else that is taking you away from being present, that time you have to pause a little and not
Yeah.
react instantly.
Yes, we are programmed to react in this reality.
Instantly.
And
Yep.
then, yeah, see, I'm not saying multitasking is wrong, but you need to be really be even present for today. What are the 5 things which will really contribute in my life? That's getting present with yourself. You have to teach yourself. In this reality, you were not taught all this, how to choose and how to get present with ourselves. So that's why we just perceive so fast and we think, acha, main ye bhi kar leti hu, wo bhi kar leti hu, but half-heartedly we are doing it. Or we are going against the time. And that's why we
In
make
a
it
rush.
so rush and so real. So just ask yourself, like even when you know you've woken up, you could be having a particular list for that day, all of y'all, but still look at that list. Okay, just for fun, what will contribute just today? Because when you're having that fun of you, your everything will get ease. And then if you manage to finish those 5 things faster, if you feel you want to have a free day, your choice. If you think you still want to add more, again, look at your list. And even if somewhere you can't make it because you feel you can't, just get present. What we start doing is overthinking. Acha, he or she will not like it. Ye ho jayega, wo ho jayega. You already concluded how the other person will respond if you don't go somewhere or if you cancel last minute. How much powers do all of y'all give to other people, scenarios, to everything instead of just choosing you first? Because you want to overdo it, because you never want to be for yourself. The reason we also are underlined to overthinking is because we don't want to choose ourselves. We always want to do things for others. If you were really ready to be present with yourself, you'll exactly know what to do and when and for who also. Because the minute you'll not dismiss you, no one can ever dismiss you in this reality. Because you're telling the universe loud and clear, I matter. I'm going to choose me. So your body will start acknowledging and start creating things for you. So everything all that brought up, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, bottom talk, all 9 shorts, boys, poor wads and beyonds. Okay, Mamta ji is written. Oh no, there are 2 messages, 2 chats. Who is this? Yogini, thanks for the call. I find myself overthinking lastly as I'm not able to satisfy a honoring job since 2 years. Previous company could not get an awareness is causing resistance. Yeah. Okay, so when you're working, Yogini, with your job, you need to get present in a company, in a corporate world. We are really aware of other people's thought forms. And everyone is looking, you know what, they're not happy. But you need to get present. What is truly happiness for you? And do you really like your job? Then talk to your job, your business space, or that workplace, wherever you all are, could be having your own business. What can I be and do to contribute to you? That we can create together. Get present from that energy and get even present. Is it really you're getting tired and done with the job also? It's fair. You need a break. You really want to look for something else. You all need to start learning slow steps how to question yourself. And the biggest tool is every day ask who does it belong to? Couple of times minimum. And sometimes some people can do it after every few minutes also. Because it goes very fast. It's like a very different space we function from. Yogini, does that help? Or you have anything else more to ask in that? And Mamta ji's question is, what happens if we feel blank? Okay, so truth, is it blank or there's space? Because we are made to believe if I'm not thinking, kuch gadbad hai. And then we want also that ease and peace in our world. So you need to be honest, is it blank or it's just not required and you just want to be present in that space?
Many a times, Rashi, I'll just, explain a little more about it. That many a times when we are thinking, overthinking, I mean, and then suddenly, something happens that you're totally blank. You don't know where you are.
Right.
I mean, that kind of a thing.
Okay, because your overthoughts, what has happened? You're exhausted. Yeah. So the brain feels like how they are saying the term bheja fry. and then you really don't know what to do, and then we feel more helpless in this world. Then we look for people, "Arey, aap hi bata do what I have to do."
Yes.
So we love giving our power to people because we underline want to control it. I don't know anything, you rather tell me. So how much are you all programmed to believe that you don't know? Wherever you all gave that power away, can you all restore and uncreate and take your power back today, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, poor and talk, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. What if you acknowledge the power and capacity that you know everything? What will happen then? Just perceive that if you knew everything, what the next step you really like to do and create, what's the worst can happen to all of you?
So in this kind of a situation, like when you are feeling stuck or, you feel drained,
Haan.
once you are blank, you feel drained. Then what do you do? I mean, like, how do you come out of it?
First, you have to continuously ask for the energy of who does it belong to. And once you've done that, if it's not going, just ask yourself, okay, what do I love about going through this way?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else? Any other question? What else is showing up? Actually, okay, there's another message. Actually, I know I'm happy with the environment, nature of business, which is not for my skills. Just 1 minute, but I refuse to leave as I don't have a solid plan for money. Okay. So if money was not the thing for you, Yogini, what would you choose today? We make it very this thing. So you would leave, right? So then, and then will that create more for you if you will trust that part of you? What's the worst will happen if you have no 2-3 months job? Can you live from confused? Truth, is it confused? Is it really confused? Yogini, would it be possible to unmute and talk? Fear. Fear is a distractor energy. Still at work. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. So I'll just give you a bigger space. When we, what this is, but I'm glad what she's giving us the space right now in these messages is that, when we think if I have no money or this person is not there or that is not there, what will I do? I'll have no money. If this will happen, my future will get screwed, and the list goes on. How much are we all living from the people's reality and not trusting ourselves? Like, just give all of y'all the space right now, just for 10 seconds. If today y'all really stop working, are y'all someone who will really get yourself on the road to be a beggar? Would any of y'all will give y'all that space? Or would any of y'all will go to that degree that they would want to kill themselves and die in this reality as a suicidal or something like that extreme? Because what's the worst what we think is death and having no money? Is it really true? Will you allow yourself to ever create this for yourself? If you know no, then what do you love about creating this trauma drama with fear, distractions, anger, anxiety? These are the way we overthink ourselves daily, in and out. And then we overdone it, then how Mamta ji gave the space that she gets blank. Because the underline is, I don't want to take my power. I don't want to acknowledge how potent we all of us are here. Potency doesn't mean, I'm going to become a Superman tomorrow. It's just acknowledging, even if some particular life is not working out, you're commanding and demanding that, I will show up as me and I'll create from my capacity every day. When we choose from that space, the universe starts contributing to you. It's that energy to demand daily. And sometimes, after every tool also, when things are going wrong, give yourself the permission also, okay, can I indulge just longer? It's like a Netflix, overindulge it. There are days, right? After 3 days, if you continuously indulge over watching TV or gossiping with someone, don't we get bored and exhausted? Then you want something else. So if you think you're loving your problems, we are not taking that away. Go indulge it. Till the time it will not come from internal, that hunger to change that energy, the person will never change it. So it becomes a choice there. So everything all that brought up, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, bottom fuck, all 9 shorts, boys, pro, and beyonds. Anyone for the last question for today? Or we are good? Yeah, Rachna, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. My question is that sometimes I have a lot of thoughts coming in to do things one after the other. I'm literally overwhelmed at times that I feel like I have 10 things or maybe more than 10 things to do.
Right.
And at that time, once I start doing one thing, the thought of other things which are there start bothering me. That, oh, this is also there to be done. This is also there to be done. And as a result of which, I'm not able to complete any task properly. And then the anxiety builds up that, oh, nothing is being done. So, how do I get over with this? Like, how do I
So
get out of this circle of being, constantly in this state? Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you for your question. But I did speak, but to give you a brief again on this, when you are saying that, multiple questions starts jumping out, or what I have to do, just get present. You can look at that thought and just get present with that thought. Okay, do I really need to address it today or in a couple of hours or maybe in the future? It's like we're not saying run away from your thoughts. If it's really yours and real to your world, just get present with those 10 thoughts, 20 thoughts, 50 thoughts, and just ask, just for today, will it create more for me? So it's not you're telling them to show off. We're just telling them you're looking, you're talking to them energetically. If it's required, address. If not, you can tell the thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to come back to you later. That thought will, it's like a muscle to build. And then comparatively, other 2, 3 thoughts coming, do that the same thing. You'll be amazed because in this reality we are programmed to believe, over address it or shut it off. So that's the brain goes beyond, and then we get quiet and we feel we are blank because we can't deal with it. It gets extreme of it. But if you're really ready to be present, it will just tell you what is required just for today. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Does that help?
Kind of trying to, yeah.
It will be a practice. It will be a practice. I'm not going to.
Yeah, because it's like instantly the time I start doing one job, the thought of other things start overpowering. That no, this and everything just seems urgent. Everything feels like, oh, it has to get done. Then I start listing things down just to get them off my head.
Right.
But then even though I list them down, I feel like, okay, now at this point, the other one is more important to do. So that I'm just always in that thing that I have always more to do and less time with myself.
Okay. So what do you love about giving your work more priority than you?
Perfectionism.
Exactly. So that's a control energy. Is there anything, some perfections in this world?
No, nothing is perfect.
Exactly.
I know that from, but then
Yeah.
still
So what
I
do
don't
you
know.
love about it? So who are you being here?
And I guess that's what puts me off from, keeps me back from showing up as well many times.
And can you see
Because
that in
of
10 seconds, your voice also changed the minute you addressed what's your issue?
Yes.
Because that was the lightness energy, because you're trying to prove something to someone by being perfect. So who are you truly being here? Is it really even yours? Or you were programmed to believe that Rachna has to show up this way in this reality?
I think it's my expectation myself.
So what made you believe to be so harsh on yourself? That's a self-abuse. What's the worst will happen?
I feel that since we look for validation most of the time outside us more than from our own self, so when that validation one doesn't receive from others, we start to expect it from our own self that we have to perform more, we have to come to a certain perfection that then we get validation. So I guess it is all about that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you for acknowledging that. I'm not going to deny what you said. We are programmed to do that. And that's why we are trying to prove every nanosecond, I have to do this way, I have to show this way. It's always proving the energy than just being ourselves. We all have chosen our body in a particular way, form, country, everything, how we speak, how we converse, it's by our choice. When you acknowledge your flaws, it creates more. It's actually coming from a space of, you know what, this is who I am. It's not being arrogant. In this reality, people think it's arrogancy, but it's acknowledging without being judgment about you. And when you work from that energy, because who you could be, no one in this planet Earth could be. So when you allow that energy to come up with ease, your monkey mind will stop overthinking. Because how you're thinking, there are a zillion people thinking like that.
Yeah.
So when you're doing that, just ask yourself, can I allow myself just to be me, or just for today, just for fun? And give yourself some time period to build that muscle. You could allow yourself for half an hour, 1 hour. Slowly, when you build that muscle, it will help you to lower your barriers more faster. And there will be days where you won't be able to do it. Go like, okay, I'll indulge in my issues. There's nothing to fix. Guys, there's nothing to fix. Every call here is for how much you all can just have ease in your world, where it's a choice. Ultimately, they all get interconnected. So everything all this is bringing up, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, bottom pop, all 9 shorts, boys, provans, and beyonds. Rachna, that's good enough?
Thanks, Rashi. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, there's just one more question still
Sure.
it's hanging in my head.
Okay.
And it's about, like, when we are talking to somebody, there's always a judgment even of how we are being at that point.
Yeah.
How do you,
Address that.
exactly. What do you do about that? Yeah.
Look, you need to acknowledge you're judging you, or you're just aware of people. And allow judgments. In this reality, we fight our judgment, so we create more barriers. Then we go over proving to them. In fact, the more you'll allow to receive judgments, we don't have to align and agree to that. We are just telling you to get present with them and go like, wow, it's just a point of view of theirs. They might even try harder. They might overdo that because they want their thing to be more stronger and true. Just in your mind, you just play with that tool. Okay, interesting point of view. The minute you lock it and make it real in your world, that judgment becomes real in our world. And best in this reality, we know if they are not judging, let's self-judge ourselves. Because either way, we like to control or hit ourselves. So the simplest tool is, who does it belong to? And keep lowering your barriers and just go like, okay, what fun can I have today?
Yeah. Being an allowance to whatever judgment comes, just being relaxed about it.
Yeah. Just lower your barriers. The more people someone is trying to fight out, give you overthink, just lower your barriers energetically. You'll be amazed how it will create more for you, always.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great call.
Thank you, Rashi. Thank you so
Keep
much.
around, guys.
Yeah.
Our next call will be straight in April because we are doing it twice a month. And you all can share your topics if you all have some.
Yeah. Happy Holi, Rashi.
Oh, yeah. Happy
Happy
Holi,
Holi
guys.
to all of you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Rashi. Bye.